Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Happy Pessimist Leftist. And I have a favor to ask all of you guys who are thinking about supporting Nina Turner. I ask that you reconsider. Please do not fall for this again. I beg you, please do not fall for this again. All right, we've gone through this. Hey, if you know, and you know what, if you feel duped by AOC, if you feel duped by the fraud squad, if you feel duped by Bernie Sanders, if you feel duped by, whatever, whoever, if you feel duped by progressives or quote unquote progressives that have been elected and have done shit, but you still support Nina Turner and think she'll be the one to go in there and kick some ass, then I have a bridge to sell you. I've got a fucking bridge to sell you, my guy or gal. Because seriously, we've been through this. Earlier was a very revealing moment with the votes for Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, very revealing moment. I know the whole Jimmy Dore thing didn't work out with putting up a vote in the House, right, for Medicare for All vote, and adding pressure to Nancy Pelosi by withholding, by progressives in office withholding their vote and using their leverage to get a floor vote on Medicare for All. I know that didn't happen, and yeah, that sucks, but kind of was expecting that to happen, not surprised at all. However, what it did do, it revealed these progressives for what they really are. And I've been saying that AOC and the squad were frauds for a very long time. In fact, after I figured Bernie out, after I figured out Bernie was just another sheepdog for the Democratic Party, then everything else was also just down the toilet. I knew immediately when I first heard about AOC, first heard her speak, first saw her, I knew immediately, there goes another opportunistic careerist riding the progressive wave. I knew immediately. Same with Tulsi Gabbard, same with Ro Khanna, same with Ilhan Omar. So all of those guys, Cori Bush. I knew the Justice Democrats, these Dem enter people. I knew immediately that this was the direction it was going to go. And Nina Turner is no different. I promise you guys, Nina Turner is no different. I would put my money on it. I know exactly what's going to happen if she gets elected into office. The same exact thing. We keep voting these progressives in, and they keep turning their backs on you because they've landed their job. They're gunning for a job, guys. This is a position they're gunning for. They're not getting into Congress to then fight within the system to try and change the system from the inside out. No, they're giving us lip service so that they can get the job and so that they'll be set for life. And that's got nothing to do with us. I'm telling you. It's like sweet talking an interviewer, right? You want to get the job, so you tell the interviewer what they want to hear. They ask, why should we pick you for the job? Oh, because da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, what makes you stick out from the competition? Oh, da-da-da-da-da. This is a classic. Everyone knows this one. What is your biggest weakness? And everyone knows that you say to the interviewer, everyone knows that you spin your weakness into a strength, right? Or I'm a perfectionist, or I'm super anally organized, or I'm so punctual. Sometimes I show up to work early and get started on work early before I even clock in. Everyone knows that. And honestly, we've all done it. The difference is most people are actually half decent at their job once they get in the job position, because there's still risk of losing that job if you don't, if you don't live up to the hype that you gave yourself for the interview. Congress is totally different. If Nina Turner got elected, if you guys get her elected, she can turn her back on you and she won't even feel it. As long as she doesn't piss off the establishment, her position is pretty fucking secure. She's safe because it's Honestly, it's harder to win an election as a candidate, than it is to maintain your seat in office. Because once you have a seat in office and you rub shoulders with the right people and your party likes you enough and you've, sold out enough to the party and pleased their donors, their big donors, then you don't got to worry about much. It's no longer an issue or a risk to piss off your base, your constituents. Once we, the voters, have done our part in getting them the job, the golden ticket, then they don't got to listen to us anymore. They don't got to keep their promises anymore. And that's just how it's been. So if we keep voting these progressives in office, and keep getting disappointed and then vote another one in and then disappointed and then a new progressive chosen one comes in and then we get disappointed. That is the literal definition of insanity. Then that's a literal definition of insanity right there. And guys, we need to wake up from this whole process and break that insanity cycle and realize that change comes from outside. And when I say outside, I don't mean voting for the outsider candidate or what is perceived to be the outsider candidate. No, I mean change from the outside as in protesting, marching onto Wall Street, marching onto the White House, protesting outside AOC's home, multi-million-dollar home, I'm sure. I don't know how much her house is worth, but probably. Marching outside, protesting outside these people's homes and in their offices and their place of work, a real pressure campaign, grassroots pressure campaign. Even FDR, everyone's favorite FDR, everyone loves to reference FDR. Everyone likes to look in history and point back at the things, all the great things that he did. Yeah, FDR was great, but he didn't do it because, he was just this awesome guy. He was a populist. No, he did it because the unions and the socialists pressured him to the point where he caved in. That's right. The trade unionists and the socialists are the reason why FDR did what he did. They are the reason why. Grassroots pressure is the reason why that FDR was considered a class traitor. He was a traitor. He was looked at as a traitor from the eyes of the political and economic elite, right? Change, change has always come from the outside. Change has always come from the grassroots. Change has never come through the ballot box. And we need to get over this whole progressive chosen one thing that we've got going on. Stop falling in love with these personalities, cult of personalities, these faces, the identity politics thing. Oh, this person is a person of color, or this person represents a minority group that I belong to, and that minority group is an oppressed group. So I'm a part of an oppressed minority group in this country, and the person that's running for office is a part of that group that I belong to. So they're going to have my best interest at heart because they're going to know the struggle. They're going to know where they came from. They're going to know their roots. No. We got to get over this identity nonsense. Identity politics. Okay, these guys are still human beings. They're still susceptible to corruption. They're still, it doesn't matter if they're a gay, trans, black, female, whatever. Whatever you want, whatever minority group, whatever. They're still just people, and they're still susceptible to the same crap, the same corruption. They're still gonna turn their backs on you. I will never vote Democrat again. I will never put my faith in another politician again. Change starts and always has started with us. Always. Always. Please do not fall for this again. Please don't fall for Nina Turner again. Or not Nina Turner again, but progressive chosen one again. This needs to stop, guys. If we're going to get anywhere, Now, the good news is I think people are starting to see through all of this. People, especially after Bernie, especially after what just happened earlier with AOC, the squad, and Nancy Pelosi, and I'm starting to see more people being skeptical of Nina, which is a good sign in my opinion. I think that's great. I know some people don't agree with that, but I think that's great. We need to get to a point where we can see right through these people from the very beginning, right down to their political campaign. We need to get to a point where we can say, look, we know what you're saying, but we know what you're really about. Hard pass. Thanks, but no thanks. We know you're going to say all the pretty policies. We know you're going to give us lip service. We know you represent minority oppressed group A or B or C. We know all of that, but we also know what you're going to do the moment you step into office, the moment you land that seat. So you're not going to get any support from us. You're not going to get any donations from us, right? Thanks, but no thanks. Go and, I don't know, beg rich people and corporations for money because you're not getting shit from us because we know that's who you really are. We know that's who you really are anyways. What we're going to do is we're going to change the system from outside the system. Peacefully, of course, but effectively. We need to get to that point. We need to get to the point where we can see Nina Turner for who she is, and her campaign falls dead on its ass. And other people like Nina Turner riding the progressive wave as a opportunistic political careerist move. We need to stop these people dead in their tracks because we need to get to a point where we know exactly where they're going and what their true intentions are. And I think we're starting to see some of that. But for those of you who are still sort of on the fence with Nina Turner, please don't let her fool you. Don't be fooled again. Don't be fooled again, guys. She is no better, no different than AOC or the squad or Andrew Yang or Tulsi Gabbard or Ro Khanna or Bernie Sanders or any of those guys. She's no different. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good one.